Hello, and thank you for tuning in to Culture and Health. My name is Michael, and today we'll be breaking down the FDA's Artificial Intelligence-Enabled Device Software Functions, Lifecycle Management and Marketing Submission Recommendations. This is a draft guidance document issued on January 7th, 2025, and it's open for public comment. Let's take a closer look at what this means, what's new, and how it impacts the future of AI-enabled medical devices. Introduction. The FDA created this guidance to address the growing role of artificial intelligence, AI, in medical devices. AI can help with diagnosing conditions, managing treatments, and streamlining workflows, but its evolving nature means we need to be cautious. This guidance ensures that AI-enabled devices are 1. Safe and effective for patients. 2. Fair, working equally well across all demographics. 3. Transparent, so users can understand how they work. This document isn't legally binding yet. It's a draft guidance designed to explain the FDA's thinking. Once finalized, it will help manufacturers know what the FDA expects for AI devices throughout their lifecycle. Scope. The FDA has defined the scope of this guidance. 1. AI-enabled device software functions, AI-DSFs. These are devices where AI plays a central role, like analyzing medical images or predicting health outcomes. 2. Combination products. Devices that are part of a combination product, like an AI tool paired with a drug, also fall under this guidance. Bias and accessibility. A major focus is ensuring that these devices work well across different groups of people, regardless of sex, race, ethnicity, or age. Total product lifecycle. The FDA is using a total product lifecycle, TPLC, approach to oversee AI-enabled devices. What does that mean? Instead of evaluating the device just once during approval, the FDA looks at the device's entire life cycle, from its design to how it's updated and maintained after launch. 1. Pre-market considerations. Developers must prove the AI works well before approval. 2. Post-market monitoring. Devices need ongoing checks to ensure they stay safe and effective as new data comes in. 3. Bias control. Companies are required to address bias from the design phase and continue monitoring for it after release. For devices that update themselves, self-learning AI, manufacturers must include a predetermined change control plan, PCCP. This plan outlines how future updates will be managed without compromising safety or needing repeat FDA approval. How to use this guidance. This section provides manufacturers with a roadmap. It tells them what to include in their submissions to the FDA, such as a device description explaining how the AI works, a risk assessment identifying and addressing potential problems, validation data proving the AI works as intended. This section requires manufacturers to describe their devices in detail. Here's what they need to include. 1. AI functionality. What does the AI do? For example, does it help diagnose conditions or predict treatment outcomes? 2. Intended users. Who will use the device? Doctors, patients, nurses. 3. Environment. Where will the device be used? In hospitals, clinics, or homes. 4. User configurable AI. If users can change settings, manufacturers need to explain what those settings do. Who's qualified to make changes? User interface and labeling. The user interface, UI, includes all points of interaction, screens, buttons, alerts, and more. 1. Labeling requirements. Clear instructions on how the device works. Warnings about any limitations, like if the AI might not work for certain demographics. 2. Transparency. Make the AI's decision-making process clear to users. Use tools like model cards to explain the AI in simple terms. 3. Example outputs. Include sample results or visuals, e.g. heat maps, to help users understand what the AI is doing. Risk assessment. Risk assessment is critical. Manufacturers must identify possible dangers and prove they've taken steps to minimize them. For AI, this includes 1. Data drift. AI performance can degrade over time as it encounters new or unexpected data. 2. Misinterpretation risks. The FDA stresses the importance of designing AI that's easy to interpret correctly. The guidance suggests using standards like ISO 14971 for creating risk management plans. Data management. AI relies on data, and poor quality data can lead to biased or unsafe devices. Companies must 1. Document data sources, explain where the data came from and how it was processed. 2. Ensure diversity, include data from different populations to avoid bias. 3. Prevent overfitting. Ensure the AI works in real-world settings, not just with its training data. Model description below and development. This section dives into the technical details of how the AI in a medical device is created and functions. Manufacturers must provide a clear and thorough description of their AI model. Here's what the FDA is asking for. 1. AI architecture. Companies must explain the structure of their AI, such as whether it uses machine learning, deep learning, or another approach. They should detail the type of algorithm used and its overall purpose in the device. 2. Training and testing. It's critical to explain how the AI was trained, including the datasets used. For example, where did the data come from? How diverse is the data? Does it include different races, ages, genders, and medical conditions? Testing protocols should be clearly outlined to demonstrate the AI performs consistently and accurately. 3. Self-updating AI. For AI models that can learn and improve after deployment, manufacturers must provide a predetermined change control plan, PCCP. This plan includes details on how updates will be tested, safeguards to ensure updates don't compromise the device's safety or effectiveness. The goal is to ensure transparency and predictability in how the AI evolves. Validation. Validation ensures the AI-enabled device functions correctly in the real world. The FDA requires rigorous testing to prove the device is safe, effective, and reliable. 1. Key performance metrics. Companies must measure and report accuracy. How often does the AI make correct predictions? Sensitivity. Does it detect conditions it's supposed to find? Specificity. Does it avoid false positives? Metrics like false positives and negatives must also be addressed to highlight any limitations. 2. Subgroup analysis. AI devices must perform well across different groups of people, including variations in age, gender, race, and medical history. Validation studies should demonstrate consistent performance across these subgroups. 3. Real-world validation. Companies need to simulate real-world conditions to ensure the AI works reliably in clinical environments. Examples of expected outputs, like sample reports or visualizations, should be included in submissions. Device performance monitoring. Once an AI-enabled device is on the market, ongoing monitoring is crucial to ensure it remains safe and effective over time. The FDA highlights the importance of post-market surveillance for these devices. 1. Tracking performance. Manufacturers must monitor the device for potential issues, such as data drift. AI can perform worse over time as it encounters new unexpected data. Bias emergence. New data might introduce biases that weren't present during initial testing. 2. Proactive issue resolution. Companies need systems in place to quickly identify and fix problems. Updates to the AI should follow the predetermined change control plan to ensure they don't introduce new risks. Feedback loops. Real-world data should be collected and analyzed to continuously improve the device. Cybersecurity. AI-enabled devices, like all connected medical devices, are vulnerable to cyber attacks. The FDA emphasizes the need for strong cybersecurity measures to protect patients and their data. 1. Built-in security. Devices must have safeguards to prevent unauthorized access. Encryption, authentication, and secure data storage are examples of required protections. 2. Secure updates. Manufacturers must ensure software updates don't introduce vulnerabilities. They should follow robust testing protocols before rolling out updates. 3. Risk mitigation. Companies need contingency plans to address potential breaches or attacks. Public submission summary. The FDA wants manufacturers to provide a public-facing summary of their AI-enabled devices. This ensures transparency for healthcare providers, patients, and the public. 1. What to include. A clear explanation of how the AI works. Known limitations, such as specific populations or conditions where the AI may not perform well. Any risks users should be aware of, like potential errors or biases. 2. Why it's important. These summaries help build trust by giving users a better understanding of the device and its capabilities. Appendices. The guidance includes several appendices to provide additional tools and examples for manufacturers. Here's what they cover. 1. Documentation table. A comprehensive checklist of the documents and information required for FDA submissions. 2. Transparency tools. Tips for designing devices and interfaces that are easy for users to understand. 3. Model cards, templates for summarizing the AI's purpose, performance, and limitations in a simple and accessible format. 4. Validation examples, detailed examples of how manufacturers can test and validate their AI models. 5. Usability considerations, recommendations for evaluating how user-friendly the device is, especially for non-expert users. Key takeaways. This FDA draft guidance introduces several important rules and changes to ensure AI-enabled medical devices are safe, effective, and fair. 1. Transparency. The FDA emphasizes making AI understandable to users through tools like model cards and clear labeling. 2. Bias mitigation. Companies must address bias in training data and monitor for it over the device's lifecycle. 3. Lifecycle oversight. The total product lifecycle (TPLC) approach ensures ongoing monitoring and updates even after the device is on the market. 4. Self-updating AI. Manufacturers must follow strict plans for managing updates to ensure safety without requiring repeated FDA approvals. 5. Cybersecurity. Strong protections are mandatory to prevent hacking and protect patient data. By following these recommendations, manufacturers can create devices that leverage the power of AI while ensuring they are safe, equitable, and reliable. This guidance represents a significant step forward in regulating cutting-edge technology in healthcare. Thank you for joining me on Culture and Health. My name is Michael, and I hope this breakdown has helped you better understand this important FDA draft guidance. Take care.